Alrighty.
Okay.
Move on to the Q&A here. Thank you guys, everybody that has submitted questions. We have plenty, so we're going to cut it off there. But I appreciate everybody that threw in some questions. I'm using a different CSV viewer, so if some of these questions got cut off, I apologize. Shit is continuing to break, and there's nothing that I can do. But here are the questions. First one comes from Hellhound. Did you check the gas in the stream PC? Okay. Hellhound is making a joke because I ran out of gas coming back from Starbucks today. I saw the gas was low light on Friday coming home from work, and then I proceeded to ignore that light for the next couple days. And you know how like there's usually some sort of build up to running out of gas? It's like my car just dead. Just dead in the middle of the road. I'm like, oh,
like, no, I'm done.
I just ran out of gas. And then thankfully I was able to pull over and it was super close to a gas station. But yeah, I ran out of gas. Today was the first day in like 9 years, I think, like 8 or 9 years that I've ran out of gas. Good times. I got a little jog in, feeling frisky. It's all good.
Exercise is good.
Next question comes from Paul. Is anyone wearing pants? Some sort of pants. They're shorts, but
I am.
No pants. No comment.
I considered not, but I was like, there might be a chance that I'll move, so I don't want to do that.
There might be a chance that I move.
If I'm not streaming myself, I'm not gonna lie. I do not like wearing pants. It's just annoying.
Fuck them.
I have door pants to take out the dog, and that is it.
Door pants.
That needs to be marketed. Get that out there.
I like it.
Take the dog out door pants. Yeah.
Next question from Sinner TV. Marvel or DC? So hold up a 1 for Marvel and a 2 for DC.
Star Wars.
Gray, one hand.
I love Batman though, but I still love like Marvel's universe is pretty damn great.
Right.
But Batman's my favorite. So.
Easy
For middle-aged stream, what aspect of streaming do you like the least? Is there something about streaming that bothers you or is more difficult for you than other people?
Whoever wants to start.
The technical, like, audio and video and plug this in to get that and put this on this thing, like, stop.
See, for me, it depends because I kind of like learning new stuff and it gets me excited, and then that just expands my lightly knowing of things resume, I guess. I don't know what the worst thing. I don't know.
I hate having to keep up with social media algorithms and planning out certain content to abide by those just to kind of be seen. I think that's one of the most exhausting things is like, oh, you have to post this, but you can't put a link in the description. You have to put it in the first comment. And also you can't have this certain image or else you'll be blacklisted. And you have to like research these most recent used tags in order to get the best eyesight on your. It's like, fuck God. But it's the nature of the beast. It's one thing that you kind of just have to familiarize yourself with in order to kind of make it or to be seen.
No.
Just no to all
mine
of
is
that.
social media.
No to all of
Man. I cannot even get myself in the middle of my day to stop and post one thing. I don't know why.
With that too.
Dude, so like, you know, I'll be in the middle of a program or like in the middle of thinking about something. I cannot stop myself. If I do, my brain will just be like, and we're done for the day. We're done.
Right.
So yeah, social media is my biggest trouble because I know that I could outreach so much more if I could just find the time. And I've had people come forward and say they'd help me, you know, and help me with an account or like help me post or stuff like that. But like, I don't know. I want it to be genuine, especially on social media, because that's kind of like the next step away from you is like you're posting about your life and what you're doing. So yeah, social media for me is just an absolute kick in the pants.
What I will recommend, and this is what I do, I have a Google Doc, of course. Google Doc is bae.
It really is.
Yes, they're good.
It's just called Weekly Content Schedule, and there is a very loose guideline of what content I want to post on what platforms every week. When I started the document, there was 2 things. One on a Monday and one thing on a Thursday. Just one piece of stream-oriented content. Just start with Twitch clips. Just ask. What I did was I just asked my community, hey, I am looking for clips to be able to put out on social media. If you clip it, send it to me. I'll shout you out on Twitter. I'll shout you out on Instagram and then post the clip. If you start with just some sort of ritual like that, doing all of the other stuff will not seem so daunting all the time. Just start with like one clip a week on a Wednesday. Just try and find one clip of yourself to upload to both Twitter and Instagram, and then you can just kind of move up from there.
See, like that's where I get in trouble, because like where Gray's perfectionism comes in, it's like I need a landing page that says clip of the week, and if I don't have that, then I am absolutely a turd.
I've been there, dude. Just it's so easy to be overcomplicated because you want, again, perfectionism. You want everything to be a certain way, but the reality is the only thing somebody needs to see is a video in their feed. They're scrolling, there needs to be a video. It'll either autoplay or they'll click on it and it'll play, and then they just move on with their day.
Simple, short, quick, and eye-catching.
Yep.
All they need.
What I do I loosely at the beginning of every month is I download all of my clips that happened in the previous month. And then I go, okay, I have 10 clips that I like. I put 2 and I put week 1. I take 2 of the clips, I put them in week 2. And then I know, like, for that entire month, the only effort is finding that clip on my phone and uploading it. It's already been clipped. It's already been categorized. I know what week it needs to be uploaded, and then it's just there. And I can't stress enough how many clips I take myself. Do not be afraid to clip shit yourself, because I find myself really funny when nobody else finds me funny. And you have to fucking love yourself, man. You have to.
My chat makes fun of me for laughing at myself.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I watch clips on my own stream and I'm just
I have
like,
my own laugh track.
yeah, exactly. You have to find yourself
Nobody's
funny.
laughing.
So if I was to show you like how many clips that I upload are done by me because I found it funny and not community oriented, because I know what it's like to like just be starting out on Twitch, not to have as many people in chat, or not as many people clipping things, and it's like you feel like you have to pick up a lot of that slack. What I can say is that if you put that effort forward, you will see the results on your stream, and then that kind of stuff will to balance out. The same thing with like when you start out, you're creating your own overlays, you are creating your own thumbnails, you're doing your own graphics, you're doing your own sound effects. And then as you kind of get to grow, you get to offload some of those responsibilities to other people, and it allows you, to focus on the things that you want to focus. The problem is you have to eat shit for a long time before you get to that. And I know that doesn't seem really appealing. But yeah, that's kind of how
You
it
are
is.
selling the shit out of that. My God. I am compelled.
People think my teeth are yellow from the coffee. No, it's because I
Nice.
eat feces. All right. Did everybody answer that question?
You,
Think
Yeah.
so?
yes. Great.
Okay.
Did you?
Did I?
Perfectionist?
Yeah.
We did it.
We got there. We got through it.
got it. We got
it. Hell yeah, brother.
All right, only 17 more questions to go. This one from Center TV. How do you guys entertain your viewers the best way?
Oh.
I think that's very
Ooh.
subjective.
Yeah,
Right?
because everybody sees things
Yeah.
differently and they find things differently fun or funny. That
Like,
was
do
a
you, I guess,
Terrible sentence.
do you find yourself informative, funny, or like competitive is I guess where you were, I would say is where it comes from. Cause I would say funny and competitive, because I really like the multiplayer aspect. Like, Knackers just tried to sway me to solo player games, and like I cannot do it.
No,
I
no.
have to be able to shoot things. I have to be able to like say I'm better than you. Like
I definitely, like, if I was to mark categories, I would say informative, and I try and be funny. I've never asked anybody if I'm funny. Nobody answer that. I'm just going to believe inside that I am funny.
Yeah, don't look at chat right now.
I definitely like when I go, okay, what kind of content do I want to create? It is an almost even split between comedic and informative. The reason I always leave my DMs open for technical support is I love teaching people about technology. I love teaching people how to do things. I see incredible value in it, and I truly believe that being somebody who knows a good bit about technology, I have a responsibility to help others, not at their expense. Like, there's no reason people need to pay for knowledge. It's, I got all of my knowledge for free, and everybody else should be able to get it in the exact same way. So I definitely see my most value. Mike and Monitor's just went to sleep. I see my most valuable value in informative, and then with like comedy being like a close second.
I would say that people don't watch me because of my video game skills. Not good at that. I've realized that very much, that I'm okay at playing video games.
Maybe that's why they watch, because you're just so okay.
Maybe that could be the wow, look at this guy, he sucks. Makes them feel better about themselves.
Did you just admit to having like the ugly girlfriend syndrome, where like the hot girls hang out with the not so hot girls to make them feel better about themselves? Did you just admit that here on Crocs and Hot Pockets?
It's the gaming version though.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so it's it's Gamergate now. Okay.
Yeah.
The female gamer version. I see where you're going with this, dog.
So going back to the stuff that makes me laugh, I think the dumb jokes, I think I strive to make the most dumb jokes as I can every night. If something comes in my head, if a bit, I like to call things bits now. If a bit comes into my head, I go for it. I full send the bit. So yeah, not for the video games, for the bits surrounding the video game.
Oh, he's in it for the money, chat. That's what he just said.
Yep, in it for the money.
In it for the biddies.
Oh, fuck. I had something cool to say about that, and now it's all gone. Sorry, I'm like a real life Twitch chat, just twisting your words, Conbot. We're gonna end up on live stream fails in a hot second here.
Talk about clout chasing.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess I kind of already answered that question. Next question from Paul. Is it possible to peer pressure Conbot into upgrading his background setup by calling his ass out in the Q&A portion of the podcast?
Are you making fun of my green screen? Is this what this is?
Do not stream shame. Do not stream shame right now.
I go back and forth on the whole green screen or not. Like, I think green screen is really fun for some things, and also my room is not very interesting. So it's just like a bed and like a chair. I have you probably can't see it, I have an Edgar Allan Poe picture over there, but that's about it. I don't even really like him.
But he's just there.
He's hanging on your wall, hanging out with you every day.
I don't know. I want to have like the cool background with the lights and the stuff and cool stuff like that, but part of me is like, green screen's also goofy, and it fits, I think, my style of, like I said, dumb jokes. Green screen is by far one of the best tools if you're out there trying to make dumb jokes.
Oh yeah,
you make so many dumb jokes with a green screen.
I have to
a lot with one too,
and it's useful. Yeah, it's so useful.
I have to shout out.
I really wish I could.
Another streamer friend of mine named Spexy, who was introduced to me by Mr. 42. She is the OBS green screen creative master when it comes to scenes. She has like, when a raid comes in, she has herself like in a helicopter, and she'll drag herself like she's flying through the scene, and she'll flip through like 4, 5, 6 different things of just all these ridiculous scenes. She has one where like she's in the studio, like, you know, the cowbell scene from SNL. She has one where she's in the booth with cowbell, and it's amazing. So I don't know how to spell her Twitch name. I think it's SPECZII. I don't know. She's fucking fantastic. I wish I had a green screen. I miss having a green screen.
You go back and forth, right? Like, I think if I decided to get rid of it, I'd be like, I want it back. But
you could go get one of the pop-up ones that you attach to a chair.
Those are expensive.
Yeah.
What?
Really
They're
expensive.
$50.
Yeah, they have ones that you
that's-
just pop on your chair.
Yeah, they-
But then you have to like fiddle with the green screen and do it
No.
and then take it off, put it somewhere and stuff. There's times where I'm thinking about different scenes that I'd love to set up that would work better with a green screen. I'm like, oh, I wish I could do that, but it just looks ridiculous with a squared
Right.
image of my background.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could do the green screen, take a shot of your room, and then green screen the room into it. But then it's
See,
just
I've thought
Weird.
about doing like because you have the multicam set, you could green screen like a wall.
Over here.
Yeah. Yeah. So like you could hit it where I've seen it where like someone had a green screen in a trash can or something like that, and she like pops in and she's like, "Oh hey, didn't see you down there. I see you're just being a shitter," and then she like puts the trash back in front of it. But like the one that I thought was like, I turned fast in the gentleman's club and like it was a bar. Oh, welcome in. Like that would be something really cool to do.
yeah.
But yeah, I haven't run that past the
Dude.
wire yet, so we'll see.
If you did like, just for your intro, of you had an entire wall that was green screened, but a bar, and you just started off the stream as Mr. Bartender, and you just sat there
making drinks.
going around making drinks, like
Flipping
you
shit.
just have like you can have
Breaking
recordings
everything.
of people like sitting at the bar, and you could just be like going to different people and acting like you're different people in chat, hammer conversation. That would be awesome. Copyright, trademark, can't use it.
Well, this was that was great, Knackers. I appreciate it, but I'll never use it.
All right.
Well, no, that's the. I've also gone back and forth on the green screen. It's been one of those things. Like I love my background. I think it looks great. I think it looks awesome. But there's also those cool things where you look at like people that like Sushi Dragon. That just it's over the top
Right.
of green screen.
Yep. Dude, he's fucking amazing. Oh my god.
Yes.
He's insane.
Yeah, I popped into his stream today. He's been getting a lot of hosts and raids from massive people. He had fucking Andy Milanakis in, and they were rap battling each other. It was fucking awesome. I'm so happy
Yeah.
for that guy. Gray, did you answer how you entertain your viewers in the best way? Like how you
No.
personally like to entertain? Fucking answer it.
You skipped it over.
I was like, yes, I got out of it.
No, not today.
Oh, man.
I don't know. People tell me that I'm funny, but I don't think I'm funny. I just make fun of well, I guess making fun of yourself is kind of funny. I do that a lot.
Self-deprecating
I love the
Yes,
way that
but
you
I
shit on
do.
creeps.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah. I do a lot of
She's
I
like,
mean,
yes, I
I've
love
dealt with creeps for freaking ever.
Yeah,
Like I mean, with like I used to play World of Warcraft all the time, and just being a female in Ventrilo voice, like be like, oh my god, it's a female, oh my god, and be like, oh cool, tell me more about your life, I don't care, and just like shit on them and stuff. But
Do you love that? Is that like just like does that just feel like free content when it must get tiring, of course, but like
there's
when you
times
just get to unload.
there's times where it's good and funny. Honestly, when it's live, it's kind of funny, and then when it's in the DMs, it's like, okay, please
oh yeah.
chill, like stop, can you cut it out?
One thing that I will say is that, again, going back to my original point of you get what energy you're putting out. And like 98% of the time, Gray meets all creeps with kindness and with a smile. And he's usually nice at first. And that's honestly
That
like
flips
whenever I can fucking fly. Whenever I hear about people complaining about their channel, Gray never complains about the people who are just like creepy and disgusting in her channel. She's always focused on the people that are doing good and the people that are welcoming and like the best people of her community. And that's how, Gray, I see your perspective of like, I see how you look at your own channel and I see how many fucking creeps you get. And I never hear you fucking complain about it. And then I see other people who it's just like, it's creeps and trolls and mean people just nonstop. You got to look at who the streamer is and what kind of vibe they're putting out to get those constant, people. And that's not, it has nothing to do, like, there's people that are going to take this out of context and be like, oh, well, is he talking about there's girls who are wearing certain things and they're getting it? I'm like, no, I'm talking about the way that they're how they treat other people, like on a day-to-day basis, how they treat the people that come into their stream. Are they constantly mad? Are they constantly angry? Are they constantly mean? Do they treat people like shit? When you treat people shit, it makes people want to come in and treat you like shit. And if you're always fucking kind and you're always nice, so I always notice that about you, Gray, how you treat almost everybody very, very nice, and
Almost.
everyone in your community is so nice. However, when you go off, it is great. It is fucking fantastic.
Well, thank you.
Hell yeah.
I try to keep track of all the creepy people, and it's ridiculous with like the DMs and stuff. I gotta let you see some of those.
You got to keep them receipts.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sign me up for that. I want to start posting it on Twitter. I'm gonna read it like it's a book. Just so.
I could probably honestly
Actually,
make a book.
you could get so many like Reddit karma for all that. Just creepy PMs or
Yeah.
yeah. There you go. Just there you go.
Time to get to work, baby.
Get paid. Get paid.
Do any of you, I don't peg any of you as these type of people. Do any of you have friends that love being a dick or being mean to be funny? My fucking monitors. And how do you receive that type of humor?
I like being mean to people sometimes.
Okay.
It's certain friends, right? Like I think kind of making fun of people in like a light, friendly way is sometimes
Yeah,
a
it's
good
fun.
time. Yeah.
And what if the only way of being funny was being mean or insulting? Like, do you find yourself get sick of that easily?
Distance
You
yourself
can't
from
just
that.
do it. Yeah, you can't do it all the time, right? Sometimes it's fun. It makes sense in the situation to just be like funnily mean,
Finally.
funnily mean. But you can't do it all the time. You got to mix it up. You got to do some different bits.
Bits. Okay.
The bits.
Yeah.
Do any of you have people in your chat that are just always mean, always insulting you? Does that wear on you?
Yes.
Yes.
I was first grade. Back off.
You're first.
Okay. I have a couple that are really abrasive. That are like, there's only one opinion, and the opinion in chat is that one. And that wears on me. Like if I'm sitting here being open-minded and I'm telling my chat to be open-minded, you also need to abide by those rules and be open-minded enough. Like there are people from every walks of life here, and it needs to flow over. You know what I mean? Like I don't care who the hell you are. I don't care what you believe, where you lie on any type of thing. But when you come into my chat, it needs to be open conversation or no conversation. I'm very strong about that. That pisses me off to no end because I hate getting a DM after a stream or after a Discord conversation saying, wow, X is being such a dick.
Yep.
I hate it. That's the most annoying thing.
That's why I make my stream more like specifically no political aspects, no like heavily opinionated type of conversations and topics, because I know that there are people that are like very one-sided and very other-sided, and I don't want heads clashing. There's been times where there are a lot of like one or two people that'll come in and have very strong opinions about something, and I'm kind of just like, that's great, I'm really proud of your opinion, stand by that, fantastic, but that's not how we like interact here. We're kind of just very open with everything and are willing to listen to other opinions, but don't attack other people because of your beliefs and the way that you feel because they feel something opposing yours.
Yeah.
That's just how I try to handle it. It's always very awkward too. It's just like, oh, please stop.
Yeah, like oh, I'm
Please,
just playing
I don't know what to do.
Bioshock. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, but
Where did that come from?
Mine has like spanned off of like had X restaurant for lunch.
Fucking
And then
McDonald's
people
is the
just-
worst shit.
Someone's just like, it's like, okay, I really love their hamburgers. Jesus,
I hate
so
Taco Bell.
Oh, it must have been a Five Guys like in and out conversation,
Guys are-
probably,
well,
wasn't it?
Oh,
No,
boy.
it's think more Midwest.
Five Guys sucks.
No, think more Midwest.
Wait, what did you
Chick-fil-A.
just say?
Oh, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Dude,
Chick-fil-A.
just like you say anything about that, just
So I try talking about giving benefit of the doubt. there was somebody that I followed for a good while, and I'm both on Twitter and on Twitch. And then, have you ever had some like just with the wrong day, somebody say stupid on social media, and it just set you off, and you just unfollow them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. I tend not to unfollow. I tend to mute.
Okay.
Mute's a
Oh, okay.
very useful tool.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've muted quite a few.
Somebody went off like visibly angry about how anybody thought Chick-fil-A was good and was like, I can't believe you people eat this shit. It's not even good fast food, blah, blah, blah. Was actually mad, like recorded a long Twitter video about it. And I went, you are the last person I ever want to have a conversation with. Like, you actually took time out of your day to be actually angry about what other people like to eat. And we're just so caught up that I was like, yeah, you're gone. That was the last time I've ever interacted with that person. Now, could have been on my man period that day. Could have been a little sensitive. But
Don't you
when I
talk shit about them waffle fries.
because Chick-fil-A's fucking
Periods
good.
happen, man. It happens, all right?
Waffle fries are so great.
Oh man, now that they have that cheese, fuck me, dude.
Man, I'm so hungry now. Damn it.
Okay, everyone calm down.
All right, we're moving along. Nice one, Jen. You see what you started?
That kid's starting food talks. Yep, absolutely.
Next question from Gamers for Life. What was the biggest challenge you faced growing your channel?
Ooh. Game switches.
Finding games. Like I feel like it's hard for me to like find games that will fit with my channel, if that makes any sense. Which just who knows what those are.
Yep. I will say abiding by all of
TOS.
like the normal TOS, like
Abiding by the rules.
yeah, all the rules.
Rules.
I would say game choice is one of my biggest things. For the first 3 years, I didn't care about what game I chose. And then for the next 2 years after that, or a year and a half, I just played games that my community chose. And if for anybody, like, bye, Jen.
He almost fell. He almost fell.
Make way, gotta poop.
It looked like too quick of a turn.
I hate that you have to keep game choice in mind in order to grow.
Yeah.
Being somebody who takes this as a serious hobby, I don't like having to make game choices based on viewership. I just like being able to play what I want to play. But at the same time, when you're not seeing any growth, you go, why aren't I growing? And it's like, well, it's because you're not playing by the rules. That's why. And one of the rules is you have to be strategic about what you play when you play it so that you have a better chance of getting eyes on you. And that's just kind of one of the unfortunate truths of it. I would say that's probably one of my biggest challenges.
I'd have to say that's mine as well.
Yeah. Game choice is a big thing. When I hit a point streaming where I thought that I was doing everything right. And I was like, audio's good, video's good. I have a good community. Twitter and Discord are doing well. Instagram's doing well. Like we're slowly growing. And I'm like, but I'm still not playing games strategically. I'm still playing what I want to play. And the fact of the matter is, if you want to grow and you want people to watch you no matter what you play, you have to be willing to play what you don't want to play. And there's nothing in the streaming rule book that says you are allowed to play whatever you want, whenever you want, and you're allowed to do whatever the hell you want with your stream, and you're going to be successful. Just like any job, you have to do certain things that you don't like in order to pay the bills, and that does not change with streaming, in my opinion.
I agree.
Game choice is rough.
Yeah.
I was looking back on old videos or old streams, and I remember a time period where I played a lot of just one game, only one game for 12 hours a day, just continuously. And now those numbers viewer-wise was so much higher than now when I switch up the different games. But I'm so much happy. I mean, like, I guess it was kind of equally happiness. It was just because I was like super into that one game.
Yep.
But now it's like constantly mindful of, okay, well, what are we playing? How are we gonna make sure that, people are interested in this?
Did you hear the question, Jen, or did I say it when you were gone?
Oh, no.
What was the biggest
He ran
challenge
away.
you faced growing your channel?
Oh, yeah. I said game changes, but yeah, it's more or less been that I got tired or the community got tired of games that were being played, and the Switches just kind of dropped everything off.
It's like Ray said, viewership wise, it's I haven't experienced it personally because I've been variety for so long. The only game that I've played extensively was Rocket League. But I distinctly remember viewership always being lower when I would switch to Rocket League. It was never the other way around. I have a good handful of core people that fucking love the Rocket League streams and they miss them. But for the most part, whenever I would go back and look at my numbers for a stream, whenever Rocket League came up, my numbers were cut in half, if not more than that. So what I will say is after 6 years of doing variety and being able to play Getting Over It one day and then build keyboards the next day and have the same viewership, it's rewarding as fuck. And I even though it's the long game, like I said, 6 years, and you can make whatever kind of judgment you want about the growth of my channel after 6 years of streaming, I am fucking happy. And being able to play whatever the hell with a supportive community is fucking priceless. Where'd my questions go? Joe, do you have something to count about?
No.
So you had a deep inhale, like you're about to take that dick. Next question. Oh, okay. So I'm going to answer this one from Middle-Aged Stream before it goes away. Mustaches, sexy, erotic, sensual, all of the above.
All the above.
All of the above.
Sensual.
I
Prominently sensual.
All.
Yeah, predominantly.
Yes. All.
I'm pretty confidently gay. I'm okay talking about dicks. I'm okay, like, if my dick brushes up against another dude, not the end of the world. Like, I'm totally fine with a lot of, like, just gay shit. I love it all. A gay life is a happy life. I don't
Gay, doesn't
find...
gay also mean happy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
There you
it
go.
does.
I don't see mustaches as like a... Oh, like, I don't see it as erotic. I definitely see mustaches as like...
Have
Dope.
you never looked at Burt Reynolds, mid mustache era?
I don't get the
Come
hype
on.
with Burt Reynolds, man.
Whoa.
I really don't. Great. Who the
Reynolds.
fuck is Burt Reynolds?
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, but
Sam
would-
Elliott, like those guys that like Tombstone era like mustaches. Oh,
that.
golly.
But do you see that as erotic or like?
Can be.
I mean, like,
I
yeah,
don't
I
see
see
it
it in that
personally.
movie. That's powerful. It's powerful right there.
That's powerful mustache.
Has anybody seen the movie Tombstone?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think I
those
should.
types of mustaches.
Yeah.
Those are sexy. They're sexy stashes. It's kind of like I'm not gonna fuck you because of your mustache, but if we're fucking and I notice your mustache, I'm gonna say, nice. All right, cool. I made the right decision.
Hold
And I
on.
noticed your
Hold on.
mustache.
Hold on. Gray, did you just type in Tombstone into your Google
Are
browser?
you
man?
watching my freaking screen
Are
right
you?
now?
Did you? Excuse me. Okay.
Moving along.
Yep.
This might go down as one of the best Q&As ever. Next question from Von Gerstenberg.
Nailed it.
Got it.
Got it.
I don't know you find folks well, and I'm newer to the podcast. Could you each name a favorite game?
Ooh. Okay.
Let's go.
Hellblade.
Oh, what?
Hellblade.
Hellblade? Okay, so
Hellblade,
are we
I
going
like
with like past
Sacrifice.
decade?
You decide.
Yeah, that was an
Yeah.
ambiguous question. Let's go.
Let's go last decade. So it's like, yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Wait, I don't know when everything came out.
Mine's
Yeah,
The
same.
Last of Us. I love that game.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't know if mine came out in the last 10 years. When did New Vegas come out? Was that last 10 years?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're
It's
good.
either that or let's go like more recent. Probably like Red Dead Redemption 2. Like if we're going real recent, that one was really good for me.
I just
That's
fucking
what I'd like.
unloaded chat, but that's okay. I'm gonna have to take a look at my game list and what I play because I know that there's something there. Jack 2 is definitely not on that list.
What?
Far Cry 5. I really, really loved Far Cry 5. And I don't think it was that good of a game. Just every aspect about it, being able to punch out allies, like the animals, the gunplay, the story. I loved everything about that game. I'm never able to choose one thing. So my second within the past 10 years is Witcher 3. I think Witcher 3 is just a fucking masterpiece of a video game. I absolutely love it. And that's coming from somebody who didn't think they were going to love Witcher 3. I didn't think I was going to like it at all.
I really need to dabble back into that. I started playing that whenever I first started streaming, and I was like, oh yeah, this is great. But it just seemed like such a long game, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do that because of Call of Duty or some shit. So I stopped playing it. But now there's like the Netflix show, and like, oh dang.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to play
Speaking
that.
of mustaches.
Yeah, Geralt's
Woo!
What are you
he's
talking
the
about?
guy.
Yeah, oh, got it.
He's got it going on. I'll
Yeah.
say that much.
This next question just says knackers, mustaches, sexy. It was a fucked up question
Agreed.
entry from the previous one.
Agreed.
Next question from Tom Chambers. Your thoughts on Ninja's situation?
Ooh.
I won't answer this because I already had an entire podcast dedicated to this. If you guys want to answer this while I go tinkle super fast, you are more than welcome.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead,
Anyone
Gray.
want to go first? All right.
Go, Gray.
All right.
I was just going to say that I think I understand his moves. I'm sure there's a lot of other things behind the scenes that are a factor, which could be very beneficial to him, his family, his future, and everything like that. And that's amazing for him.
Are you talking about money?
Well, money and also just different. I mean, like, I don't really know. Like, no one knows the deal behind it all that could factor in. Someone mentioned something of like having a percentage of something, and then like that. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's an actual thing, but it could be very beneficial. I think in regards to the thing that happened on his channel in the previous episode, the 100th episode, that they discussed with the porn being displayed on his channel, I think he took that in the best way that he possibly could and responded to that in like the highest road possible. I don't have any hate towards him. I don't have any like thing where it's like, oh man, it's like good for him, like that he's making moves for himself that he feels happy about or benefit in a lot of ways. And I don't know, it's kind of very indifferent about it. Just like, yeah, good for him, kind of thing.
Same. That's where I'm at. It's like let him do what he wants to do. It's like
Yeah.
I think people. I mean, it is a big deal, and people are definitely talking about it because it's a big deal. But it's a little bit too big of a deal, in my opinion. Like it's
Like people are making it out to be too much.
Yeah, it's like
big of a deal.
yeah, if you get a business opportunity that's like really good and it's gonna help, yeah, you're gonna take. There you go.
I
But-
also feel like with his audience and how he grew so quickly and just knowing the pressures that he probably feels with being from what I understand, he was a Halo streamer, or he's like would play Halo all the time and be himself. And then when he started doing Fortnite, he had to kind of be a little more restrictive and a little more family friendly.
Mhm.
And I know like how heavily that could be pressure wise for him, mentally draining him every day. Like, oh man, I have to stop myself from saying fuck or something. And just making that shift could possibly open him up to be himself again in some way, some capacity. So I get that. Sorry, I cut you off.
Who?
I cut you off.
Well, I didn't notice it, so you got away with it. Yeah.
I think it's a really good thing, honestly. I mean, like, yes, he made moves for himself. Everyone knows that. Money was involved. Do I think what's happened to his channel is a good thing? No. No one should be treated like that. He built that empire. It's no one else. Twitch didn't build that empire, But like I feel like I'm excited because the fact is that now Mixer's in the mix, man. I mean, like if they keep their stuff rolling out, Twitch is gonna have to pay attention because if they don't,
Good.
yeah, it's a great thing for
Yeah.
us. It's a great thing for everyone.
Competition
They-
is necessary
And
for
if-
growth and just better.
And if
everything.
you can't tell me that once Microsoft did this whole thing or Mixer everyone behind it isn't going to put 110% behind it, then you're crazy. So, Mixer is going to become a great place for people that don't have access to computers to stream on. And that's going to be a great thing for people. So, I mean, it's going to bring even more people to every platform. I think it's a good thing. I think his move should not have been as quote unquote televised as it was, because it really didn't matter. It's his choice. It's in the agreements, no one cares.
Right.
But the fact is that everyone made it that. And, like all of then to actually have all the big guys go, it's not going to matter, guys. We can still play with, X. We can still do this, it's, I think that's where I kind of lost it. But like the whole thought of it was, this is really good.
I think with Twitch, sorry. I think with Twitch advertising on his channel, I understand the business aspect of it. And I am not really like against that they did it. The only thing would be obviously the content in which was promoted. Just because it's like, they would promote him across all of Twitch. Why not use the channel that still thousands of people were going to help pull in new viewers to other channels that are actually active on the channel or on the platform. Yeah, sorry, that was all.
Okay. Next question from Filer. We're halfway through. You guys aren't dying yet, are you?
No, we're good.
Okay.
I'm good on the inside. It's okay.
Gray's fresh off a 24-hour stream, and now we're just berating her with questions.
I have to be up at 3 a.m. just saying.
Oh my God. Okay.
And drive like 4 hours, but I'm fine. We're good.
Okay. All right. Next question from Filer. How bad is it to take a break from streaming when you are just growing, like from 1 viewer to 10 average?
It's terrible. Don't let anyone lie to you.
Taking a break is?
Yeah, it's one of the worst things you can do. If you're really seriously about trying to grow a stream, consistency is one of the biggest things. Like, granted, I feel like there are those people that are going to come back no matter what, right? But like, if you're going to start from 1 to 10, those people are still gaining trust into you. Like those people are like having a tough time. So like, I feel like taking a break when you're really young or like really early on in your Twitch career is a tough aspect. I'm not saying you need to kill yourself and do 5 days a week, 7 days a week, but like, 3 days a week constantly is a good way to go. I saw Gray is
No, I'm just have mixed feelings about breaks. I make a lot of faces.
My favorite is the typing.
I'm just trying to be quiet.
Who is Burt Reynolds?
In regards to breaks, okay, so I took like a forced break for 2 weeks recently, like the past 2 weeks, literally the past 2 weeks, and I struggled so much and for so long thinking about taking that break. And honestly, as hard as it is when you're growing to take a break, I think having a clear head, making sure that you mentally, physically, and just like emotionally are okay enough to be constantly on is so important. So like I stream all the time, and I stream for many, many hours at a time, and it's draining. And if you don't allow yourself those breaks, you're going to burn out. And I didn't reach the point of burnout, but I just was like, I'm questioning it. Like, should I do it? Because I probably should. Maybe no. I don't know. Yeah, I feel good about it. I'm a little mad because I tried to do, like, I listened to chat and they were like, oh, you need to just like rest. I couldn't do the resting thing. I was just like itchy to do work. And I'm like, I could be taking this break to do off-stream work, and why am I not doing it? And then I extended it a little bit further. But I think even when you're still trying to grow, if you come back, if you take a break and you're just like weary, you're not sure how you're feeling, and then you come back stronger and better and you're able to be more focused, then I think that it's really beneficial to do. Even though it might be hard number-wise to get that momentum back up, I think in the long run, it's more beneficial for yourself and in total for the community as well, because you're not you'll be on your A game if you take that break. Versus just letting yourself wear down, let that battery run dry, and just be like, hi, I'm here streaming, like, let's keep going, and then being unhappy and not yourself or anything. Unless you're really good with the like putting on a whole display thing, then that's a different story. But I think recharging your batteries is really important and really beneficial to everybody.
Yeah.
I haven't really taken a forced break, so I don't know. Like, I've taken breaks because, like, oh, I need to do this thing, and then I just end up taking a break. But I've never taken a forced break, so I don't really know.
Do you have a lighter in your hand, Combat?
Yes. Do you hear it? I'm trying to do this possible.
I take this with a grain of salt because I have not been in the 1 to 10 viewer range in quite some time. I will say the people that you lose from taking our break are not worth the stress and the anxiety and the depression that you will have in the end from not doing that. For every break that you take, everybody else takes two. Like, you have to think that when you take a break and then you come back, other people take breaks, and then those viewers funnel the other way towards you. And nobody ever sees it that way. People just see it as, I take time off, people aren't going to see me, and they're going to go elsewhere. What happens when the other people take time off? You know, where do those people go? They'll make their way back. I have taken plenty of breaks. I no longer try and stress about taking days off. If you make great content and you leave a lasting impression, people will come back if they enjoy you. And that's kind of what I believe. And if they don't come back, then I believe that that's on me, that I did not give them a reason to come back. The chances that somebody will unfollow you from everything after you take a break and never make their way back ever are very, very, very slim. Very slim. If you're still on the following list, you know, there's a chance that they'll come back. I'm going to ask you all a question. In my 2-week break, based on my presence on social media with clip uploading and highlights and content, would you have thought that I was taking a 2-week break from streaming?
No. Not really.
Yeah.
I think you discussed it, so yeah. Like, I think you said it at one point, and so I knew. Maybe if you like I hadn't heard it, then maybe I would know, but you mentioned it, and it was like, okay, I'm taking a break. But you like weren't gone. You know what I mean? Right.
That is the key. If you are planning on taking a break, try to plan some content for yourself while you're off. It doesn't take any energy or emotion or stress to upload stuff while you're offline. So a great way to not get forgotten is to plan some stuff when you're not going to be around. I feel like that's a great way to kind of have a little bit better of retention. And that's not something that I used to do. That's something that I only started to do most recently. It was like, okay, I know that I'm gonna excuse me, I'm gonna be off. And so it's probably a good idea to get some clips, get some highlights and plan some stuff out. But then again, I haven't been in those like baby growing stages to know what it's like to take those breaks. Cause I mean, if you look at my viewer numbers over the past 6 years, that is a very, very, very slow growth. And were my breaks a product of that, or was it just because I was a terrible content creator? You'll never know.
What do you think about running reruns on channel?
Twitch is live for me. I don't think my shit is good enough for you to go and watch it after the fact. Like I take a lot of pride in having a great live experience. If people want to watch VODs, that's cool. I also like hosting people, and I don't like only using my channel for myself. I like being able to put other people on so that if people come into my channel after the fact, I like being able to spread that love a little bit. I'm sure, like, again, going back to those things that you could probably do to grow a little bit more that I refuse to do. That's probably one of them. I'm sure if I were to do that, maybe I'd see a little bit more growth, but I don't know. I don't really like to do it. Never done it.
Hmm.
Alrighty. Next question. Middle-aged stream. If you could focus on one skill and only one skill to improve for streaming, what would it be?
Oh.
Conbot seems like he's got the answer.
Well, no, I thought it was one skill only, and then it was for streaming. I was like, oh. If it was normal, non-streaming skill, I want to be a master at drums. But for streaming, like, I actually wish I was good at video games.
Just be good at it.
Like it'd be so like fun to be actually good. I don't know.
Can I like learn to do those trick shots and
Yeah.
stuff? Because like that'd be cool.
Maybe.
I feel like to me, I struggled the most with time management. So I would say anything and everything time management. Please teach me. Because I'm like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll take out my dog and be like, all right, I'm just going to sit here and just do dumb shit for no reason or scroll through my social feed because I don't know why. And then I could be doing something completely different during that time frame.
Yeah. It's a mind fuck.
Yeah.
Mine would be probably like editing and graphic content, because I would like to be able to like turn that around like to other people, you know, because like I am so bad at it, you know. It's like one of those things that I just wish I was better at, because it would make my stream better, and then I could in turn turn around and make other streams better.
I wish I could sing. I feel like it would really elevate my content. Oh god, shit. Sorry, Windows noise in the recording. I wish that I was better at like, I think interacting with chat as far as maintaining conversations. There's times where I ask a question, or like I ask a question and then chat answers it, and I said, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?"
Yeah,
and it's like short-term memory loss. It's just gone. There's times where I get so caught up in a tangent or talking that I forget to address things in chat. And I know that there's a certain speed at which chat moves that you can't respond to everything, and you have to let that go. But there's sometimes where I'm like, man, I've really just botched that conversation. So that would be it for me. Did everybody go? I think everybody went.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just want to be good at video games.
Buddha asks, you get afraid when there's a lot of thunder and lightning like right now?
I love it.
I
My
do
dog
too.
does.
Yeah.
I love thunder and lightning.
I love storms.
Storm's cool.
Hello, my neighbor asks, what was the first game you remember playing?
Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Tyson Punch Out, okay.
Super Mario?
This is the very clear memory, but there was this Star Wars math that I was super into. So like,
Oh, did anyone ever play
Hell
those
yeah.
the Captain Crunch CD?
yes, that honestly might be it for me. Those ones where you like the little crunch bear. and
You
can
make those
skateboard.
little crunch monsters or
Yeah.
something.
I played that. Yeah.
That game was completely overshadowed by Chex Quest. I'm sorry, but the Captain Crunch game had absolutely no shot.
I don't think I ever played Chex Quest. Burger King
I
games.
didn't.
Okay. Anyways, that's the end of the podcast. Pitfall was the first game that I remember playing. It was for Super Nintendo. Yeah.
You are ancient.
Oh my god!
Air horns.
Jesus! Next question, Gamers for Life. How do you decide what to play on stream?
You
Depends.
know.
What you feeling?
For the past 6 years, it has either been whatever I feel like, or for the past year and a half, it was what did my subs choose? My subs have chosen the past year and a half worth of games for me. As soon as I'm done with sub select, I am moving into a more strategic game choice routine where I'm going to play new games as they come out, kind of plan certain times and certain days, and really kind of get down nitty gritty with it. But for right now, whatever my community chooses for me.
Yeah, whatever I feel right now
Yeah.
because I can't pick anything. Like it's awful.
Fair enough.
For me, it'll be something a matter of just whatever subscribers pick, and then just what I'm feeling once I finish that one game.
I'd see a lot of people like I said, like before I start streaming, I'll spend like an hour looking at other people's chats, and sometimes like I'll be like, oh, they're having a good time playing that game. I want to play that now. Like that sometimes helps me. I would say, like, oh, so and so is playing this game. I should play that. That'd be fun. That's something.
Absolutely. Question from Gamers for Light. Nope. Herrera, what is your favorite memory that happened on stream?
There's so many.
There is a lot.
Playing Outlast 2, hiding in a barrel, having scream emotes, and just absolutely shitting my pants when like this giant cross lady comes out of nowhere and just like my follower and the ladies just timed it exactly perfect, and I don't get scared at all. And it's like I just absolutely duked. It was
Gray, I'll let you go.
I mean, there's a lot of times where I'm playing scary games and my just like jump scares and everything. Recently, just within the past 72 hours, there was a time during the 24-hour stream. It ended up being 25, so I was going to say 25. 24-hour stream where I was doing blindfold drawing, and I drew a Teletubby for one of my mods and my good friend Patty, and it just the result was ridiculous. Actually, I have it right here. I have both.
nice.
If you want me to show you, if anybody wants to talk while I find it. But
Combat?
that was probably my favorite.
But I would say so. We did the the one on the right looks scary.
I know.
Beautiful.
It's just
Demonic
hilarious.
Teletubby. Mine is so I used to do this thing called CSPN, which is where I would have my buddy Travis and my dad, and we pretended we were like sportscasters, and we were playing like PUBG or something like that. And my alert, it does ooh-ah-ah-ah from that Down with the Sickness song, and I purposely have it turned up really loud so that I can hear it. But it also scares me quite often. So I was playing PUBG, right? And I got spooked by it because somebody followed or something. And I was like, oh, geez. Right? And I was like, ah, he got scared by his own alert. And then somebody was playing next and they could hear it. And somebody went and made an account that just said, like, this is to scare Travis or something like that. And when the alert went off, it scared him. And then it was said, this is to scare Travis. And it worked. And it was like, I laughed so hard. It's just like somebody went and made an account to make a good joke. Like, committing to the bit. I like it.
Oh my God. That's actually really good for fucking blind.
I
I
not do that.
found that I actually am quite talented blindfold drawing.
Wow. Not
Nice.
bad. I have two because, you know, I can't pick one. Number one is beating Getting Over It. That is honestly like out of all of
You
the
can
games,
beat that game?
I've beaten it 3 times.
I can't.
Yeah.
Damn!
Yeah, I can beat it. My best time is like
flex, but
40
okay.
minutes.
Weird flex, but all right.
That's not even a weird flex. That's just straight up flex.
It's a flex, baby. I have never seen chat explode so hard after beating something. Like we got to the end, and not only that, but I beat that game as soon as the beat dropped for my sub song. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, do it, and I was just floating in space and getting over it while that song, like, it was a perfect on-brand moment where it was just like a super long stream. All of the lights were flashing. My sub song was playing and chat was exploding. And I just felt like virtual Jesus in that moment. It's one of my all-time favorite stream moments. And number 2 was the OBS fundraiser. I think that is
That's cool.
That was beautiful.
Very good one. Yeah.
second. Easy.
Man, when chat lights up and everyone gets excited, it's the best feeling.
Yep.
Yeah. What's that like?
You'll feel it. We're going over there. We're going light it up.
No, my mod's in here, so I'm gonna see what he says.
Next question. This is the last one. Again, chat, there were so many questions that were submitted after we started the Q&A. We're coming up on 2.5 hours. I have to draw the line. I'm really, really sorry. Do better and get here earlier next time, fuckos. All right, that's all I gotta say. Just kidding. I love you. Thank you. Last question. Prime rib or roast beef?
Is that even a question? Prime rib.
Rib.
Is this a Dick and Vag joke?
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Both?
I don't really care.
I'm gonna.
Get on the fence and take both. Yeah.
I've never had prime rib, and I don't like roast beef, so I don't know where that leaves me.
Steak.
Fucking. Oh man, tomahawk ribeye, easy.
How do you eat your steak then?
Medium rare. There's no other way.
You
Well,
would
so
like
long
rib.
since
You
I've
would
had
like
prime
anything
rib.
like that.
That's
Okay.
easy.
I
rib.
no longer think that medium rare is the best for all. I definitely don't think it's the best for skirt.
As long as it's not Arby's.
But as far as like strip, fucking ribeye and fillet, medium
Filet
rare
mignon,
all day.
yeah.
But there's definitely a couple steaks that are not great medium rare, and skirt is definitely one of them.
It's been so long since I've had anything like that.
Wait, you not eat meat?
No, not often.
Okay.
I'll eat chicken. That's about it.
Okay.
The last time I had ribs, I got really sick twice. Like both times that I had ribs. So I just stay away from that shit. So.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, that is it for our Q&A tonight. And unfortunately, that is it for the podcast.